Hello and welcome in this requested video by Mr. Isa Muhammad. So he requested an inline 6 with a 100mm on the bore and 80mm on the stroke. And he said max it out and make two versions, one with naturally aspirated and one with turbocharger. So as you can see, this is the naturally aspirated engine, so I'm gonna call it under his name, which is IM, which is Isa Muhammad, NA for, let's say, racing I6. Right, so let's start with the specs. It's an inline 6 engine with magnesium block, 100mm on the bore and 80mm on the stroke as he requested, with dual overhead camshafts with 5 valves per cylinder, aluminium head materials with a variable valve lift, as you can see, billet steel crankshaft with lightweight titanium connecting rods and lightweight forged pistons, plus 15 quality here, and 14.5 to 1 compression ratio with the 100 on the racing cam profile, variable valve timing on all cams with plus 15 quality here again, naturally aspirated, and direct fuel injection with throttle per cylinder and racing intake manifold. Let's see, I'm using the ultimate 100 octane fuel with 12.0 air fuel ratio with 100 ignition timing, maxed out as you can see, and the RPM is 9000 RPM, plus 15 quality here, racing tubular header with 3.8 inch exhaust diameter and or 95.2mm, as you can see, high flow 3-way catalytic converters with no restrictions whatsoever, plus 15 quality here, and the final result is 599.6, or you can say 600 horsepower. But let's see if we okay, so if I delete the catalytic converters, let's see, that equals, okay, so if I deleted the catalytic converters, that will be 602 horsepower and 393 pound-feet of torque. As you can see, the engine is reliable even with racing intake manifold without any air filters. The fuel economy is 80%, and I'm using all the octane. The engine is still clean without any catalytic converters, and it's very lightweight, and as you can see, it's smooth, it's very responsive, it's extremely loud, it's powerful, and it's torquey. But remember, this is a plus 15 quality engine. It's not a mass-produced engine, so it will not be a mass-produced engine. This is like a single custom one-time engine. 602 horsepower. So as you can hear and as you can see, it's a very perfect engine. So let's go with naturally aspirated here, save the engine and go out, then go in again. Let's see, where's the 600 horsepower mark? 602, here we go. Now let's make a clone of it. Here we go, and now this should be the turbocharged beast. As you can see, the family, the materials are the same here, 100mm on the bore and 80mm on the stroke. Still dual overhead, 5 valves per cylinder, still the same materials, but the internals are still the same. What I'm gonna change is dropping the compression ratio to, let's say, 9.5 to 1. That will give us huge room to extend our power using a turbocharger, drop the ignition timing significantly, and stick a turbocharger on ball bearing. As you can see, let's say performance, and I'm gonna tweak it to perfection myself. Right, let me put a huge intercooler here. Alright, now let's see, dropping the turbine size and increasing the AR ratio because this is more efficient. Let's see, yes, 617 horsepower. More boost equals more torque, not much more power actually. So let's say 20 pound of boost, or 20 psi, sorry, 20 psi. Okay, so we have maxed at 4. I don't want to make a huge turbo lag. As you can see, if I can go too big, that will be so much laggy. Let's say 800 horsepower. 24 psi boost. 806 horsepower. Okay. I want 800 horsepower only, because more than this and the engine will start to become very laggy. As you can see, all this RPM is useless. Alright, so increasing the exhausts. That's good. And 25 psi. As you can see, it's not really efficient because I don't want it to be laggy. Let's see here. Let's drop the turbine size and increase the compressor size, or let's see, this one starts the power at 3800. Okay, so let's increase this one and 3800. Oh, that's too much. 2000. No, I don't want to go fully on crazy because the engine won't be efficient. And I don't like inefficient engine or not efficient engine because they are just hideous. You have to find the line between craziness and power, as you can see here. Right. There is no point of all this RPM actually. I can increase the fuel if I want. Make it extremely rich. But what's the point? And 60 horsepower. inch. That's huge. That's a huge exhaust. Let's see. Increasing the compression ratio. 11. This is crazy. Yes, the game is extremely laggy because we have been playing with the turbocharger size so much for a long time, and that resulted a laggy game. So you have to press save and press the X button and then hit. Let's see, where's the 1000 mark? Here we go. We have the naturally aspirated at 602 horsepower and the turbocharger at, let's see, 1066. Yes, here we go. Oh my god, look at the exhaust size. That turbo snail. So this is a perfect monster of an engine. 400 horsepower difference, or 450 horsepower difference between a naturally aspirated and this engine, the same valve, the same camshaft, and as you can see, 450 horsepower difference just by adding a turbo, decreasing the compression ratio, and let's see, the same ignition timing, and then jam as much as fuel as possible inside, and let's see, and a bigger exhaust of course, which is 6.3 inch exhaust diameter. These different parts and setups will transform this engine to a 1000 horsepower beast, a 3.7 you can say, or 3.8 liter inline 6 with a 1050 horsepower engine. So thank you so much, Mr. Isa Muhammad. Correct? Yes, Mr. Isa Muhammad, thank you so much for your cool request. I'm really happy with the end result here. And remember, if you remember guys, if you enjoyed the video, press that like button and get subscribed, and of course share the video if you want to share it, and request more cool engines like these, not just from the 2017 or 18. Request stuff from the 90s, from the 80s, from the 70s, carbureted, injected, turbocharged, whatever. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you very soon with another cool content and videos. So toodaloo or goodbye.